And that's how the thing works. So when this is working with us inside of ourselves and with each other, our only role is to give fulfillment to the other. Because in giving fulfillment to the other, we give definition to the other and ourselves.
So did she choose the name?
Who that?
Did she choose the name?
No, she was at a point she couldn't come back. Because
Mm-hmm.
what I loved about that scene, okay, there was a scene when a chick had died and they were trying to see if they can save her in the movie, right? What I love about that scene is that you don't deal with God to make things go your way. You see what I'm saying? You deal with it to try to always bring the right outcomes, to reflect the Creator. So what had happened, not that she chose better, she just was too late. And it was in the cards for what to happen. Remember this, right when she died, she told the white dude, she said, I'm with Awa.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
That was more powerful than her resurrecting.
Yeah.
Because what was she showing? That, we're here in the physical, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is only to get us to the point where we can recognize that we're with Yahweh all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So in her death, what are you talking about? She let go of the ego, the shell. She submitted to its transition and it gave birth to the fullness of who she was. Because in her eyes, she was peaceful. I saw that. She was like, I am with Awa. So that affected him and allowing him, that set up the scene of events for him to become what he needed to become. Y'all know that?
Okay.
When he went through all those processes, he all screwed up everything. Yeah. But he needed to know, regardless, our life is in Yahweh. Our life is in His energy field, regardless of outcomes of physical circumstances.
That's why people go to church, so that their energy can be punished. And they don't realize it. And the people who set the structure are the ones who are the manipulators of their energy, not sharers and not if you the Pope is the manipulator of all their energy, because that's the root of it all.
So they're harnessing the creative energy of all these things?
Yes. That's the reason.
Just in bondage?
Yes. Well, you remember the other day when we were talking about one of the reasons you realized that, I think it was the reason we could not be in a structure, a physical structure that resembled the church is because of the purpose for their existence. The architectural design is to harness energy for the benefits of selfishness, as opposed to harness the energy for the benefit of being one with the Creator. That's the difference. And I'm beginning to see now that all of the channeling of his energy has been in that regard. Have you not noticed that when they convened this conference on 2012, there's not been an announcement of what transpired? Nobody talked about it because nobody wanted to talk about what they're going to do with their energy.
Oh, that's right. They had the conference and stuff. They came up in the meetings and they never
tell you anything. They're letting you know.
They configured it. They didn't tell.
They didn't tell. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So what I'm saying in essence is that when Jesus gathered the multitude, he was drawing the energy and channeling it in the direction of the Father. When he said that the only way you get to the Father is through me, through His Word, through the energy that's in His Word. That's what he's talking about.
We saw last night too Invictus, and I was struck by how sports, seems to have that ability to draw people together. But as you're talking, I'm realizing the energy of the event too. It's really doing it. So,
you can feel it.
Yeah. Well, I can't have seen it, and to me, for our audience, it's still this idea of drawing the energy for me as an artist. It makes the performance.
Right. And that's the thing. Whatever man focuses his intent upon, there is a major transmission of energy. Major. That's why you see stuff like Jesus could look at a fig tree and curse it. He was focusing upon his energy of observance upon it. And we do it every day, not being conscious of it. You know what I mean? when you're talking about the singing or even entertainment events, and you said this in here before, there are those who go to events who, after those events, they're going to capture the energy. Especially like, and I've gotten information about them doing that in the South a lot with gospel events. Because there's such drastic energy created, you see? Now, the thing is, what we're here doing is establishing a paradigm shift in that not wasting that energy and not understanding how to direct. Because when the pastor was talking about what Jesus did, what he was doing was taking that energy, purifying it, and reflecting it back to the people so that they could connect to the Creator. You see? And that's what went on when you always see him saying that he would go into the mountains by himself because he was purifying his ability to be able to harness and direct spiritual energy so that he would not have clogs in him. So he had to get to himself and make sure he was pure.
When he said, in the way you know, he was talking about the power to harness that energy or to release that energy or create that space so that you could be more with the Creator. That's what he was talking about. It's not a death thing. If you really think about how church operates, if you don't say amen, he can't do it. He has to draw your energy. So you're the one who determines what comes out. So if you don't say amen and don't release your energy to make him feel what you want him to say, then he's at a loss for words. Now he has a choice. He can make it up as he goes. And he says, boy, what, I don't remember he said. Or he says what you want to hear and you shout as a result. Or now he's forced to recognize the relationship between the Creator. And the next time he comes, he doesn't need your amen because his energy is flowing from a different place. That's why if I stand to deliver a message, it used to be that I needed the energy coming from the congregation. So I egged them on the amen. And it gives me the energy, and I know what you want to hear. So I know when they say, well, and you respond to that. But if you don't respond to that, now I don't have anything to say. And you say, I didn't preach. Or I got to now get my energy flowing the right way. That is, I have to connect to the Creator. And my energy now comes from Him. So when I stand in front of you, it doesn't matter whether you say amen or nothing. The message is still going to flow. And what happens is, you begin to pick up on my energy. And you begin to respond to me rather than me responding to you. So it's all about those energies. But I was sharing with someone that I had gone to this particular church. And I had said something to the pastor about, is it okay if I stand in the pulpit? And it was empty. The whole building was empty. And I stood in the place where he stands on Sunday morning. And I closed my eyes. And I heard the voice inside of me talking about releasing energy. And I began to see the entire building full of energy. To the extent that when I finished, I was weak. And that was like on a Thursday. And then when I spoke with him again, and some of the members from that congregation, that Sunday morning, when he walked in, when he got up to preach and stood in that spot, pandemonium broke out. People started crying. No singing, nothing. They just started crying. And they felt an energy that they had not experienced before. They didn't know what happened. And ever since then, they've been trying to recapture that, because they think that they know it was the move, but they don't know what it was. You see what I'm saying? So we have not just James Richard, but you have the ability to release that kind of energy. It's just that we don't believe it because our egos tell us, you're not a Christian, you can't do that. Or you don't walk that close to God. That's ego thinking.
So it's our job then to take energy, purify it, and direct it back to the...
Yeah, that's what ish is. Ish is fire. And fire in man, or desire in man, is created to be in the image and likeness of the Creator. And to be a creator just means